Hi there, welcome to today's episode of Prophetic Diary with Alice. Today's prophetic diary says, somebody thought you were stupid, but they are shocked at how intelligent you are. There is something you need to understand about how you have been perceived. And it is important that you see it clearly without letting it affect your confidence. Your confidence. There was someone who looked at you and made a quiet assumption about who you are. They misjudge your silence, your patience, and your calm way of handling things. Instead of recognizing your awareness, they chose to see it as weakness, and they believe they understood you better than they actually did. They thought you were not paying attention. They assume you did not notice the detail, the shifts in behavior, and the things that were not being said out loud. Because you did not react immediately or create unnecessary drama, they convinced themselves that you lacked understanding. This assumption made them feel comfortable acting in a way that revealed more about them than they realized. What they did not know is what you were observing. What they did not know is that you were observing everything with clarity. You were aware of their tone, their actions, and the way they carried themselves in different situations. You choose to not respond to every moment because you understand that not everything requires immediate reaction. Your silence was not a lack of awareness. It is not it was a sign, it was a sign of control and discipline. At this as time passed, the truth of who you are began to reveal itself in a way they cannot ignore. They started to notice how you handled situations with maturity, how you communicated with intention, and how you remained composed even when things were uncertain. This began to challenge this began to challenge the assumptions they made about you, and it forced them to consider it, and it forced them to consider everything they understood. Now they are seeing it from a completely different perspective. They are beginning to realize that you were never unaware. You are simply choosing when and how to respond. This realization has surprised them because it goes against everything they believe at the beginning. They are now recognizing a level of intelligence in you that they did not take at the time to see, a level of intelligence in you that they did not take the time to see before. The shift in their perception is not just about acknowledging your intelligence. It is also about understanding that they underestimated you. They are reflecting on their own behavior and recognizing that their assumptions led them to misjudge someone who was far more aware than they expected. This awareness this awareness may even bring a sense of discomfort because it shows them that they were not as perceptive as they believe. However, what matters most is not how they see you now, but how you continue to carry yourself moving forward. You did not need to prove anything to anyone, and you did not need to explain your intelligence to be recognized. They were the way you think, the way you observe, and the way you respond and the way you respond will continue to speak for itself. You have a quiet strength that does not need validation, and that is something that cannot be easily overlooked once it is seen. The same person who once underestimated you is now beginning to understand that there is more depth in you than they realize. So stay grounded in who you are, and continue to move with clarity and intention. What they are seeing now is only the beginning of what you have already known about yourself. Thanks for watching this video up to this end. Kindly subscribe to this channel and make sure you share this video for someone who is in need. Hit the notification bell so that anytime that I upload more prophetic words like this, you will be the first person to see. Thanks for watching. Ciao.